right, we'll call the meeting to order. My pen down. Jen, would you call a roll, please?
Commissioner Corbett.
Here.
Commissioner Johnson.
Here.
Commissioner Waldner.
Here.
Commissioner Abraham.
Here.
Mayor Lindsay.
Here. You have attached the minutes of the March 16th Board of Equalization minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the March 16th Board of Equalization minutes.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. You have also attached the minutes of the March 16th Board of Commissioners meeting.
Make a motion to approve the minutes of March 16th.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. And you have before you tonight's agenda.
Make a motion to approve tonight's agenda.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Appearances, acknowledgements, and correspondence. And I see we have Ben Gant with us, the school resource officer, to give us an SRO program update. Okay?
You can come up with them too, Justin.
Yeah, Justin.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. I just wanted to come in and talk to you guys about the program and how it's been going so far. I think it's been going very well, been very busy so far to start off with. Packets I just handed out to you are, since I started on December 15th was my first day. We had some Christmas break in between that time as well. But each page is basically a month worth of stuff going on, so. Any questions, I guess?
Are things going well? Students, understanding your position in that now and,
A little bit.
Little
I think
bit?
It's still gonna take some time.
Okay.
To get everybody used to me being there.
you're still that guy kind of thing?
Yeah,
Okay,
there's some days I sit at lunch alone.
Uh-huh. yeah? Yeah,
People are adjusting to me well, I think.
Uh-huh.
Once I deal with them and get to talk to them a little bit, then they kinda, yeah, I was going Officer Gant in the hallway and stuff, and they've stopped in my office and talked and, unrelated stuff, like we should be doing, having
Sure.
those conversations.
Mhm.
When it's always business.
Yeah, building a good rapport.
Yep,
Yeah.
definitely.
Very good, very good. So,
Yeah, it's only been like 3 months so far or something like that, right?
Mhm.
About
And
3.5 months.
mhm.
It's gonna take a while for everybody to get used to it like we had kinda anticipated and everything too, so,
Mhm.
but
No, very good.
Has there been an effect on the police department now that we have the RSO? More work, less work?
It's helping me in my investigations, definitely. He's taken a lot of things that I would deal with on a day-to-day basis up at the school. And he's handling those things, which frees up my time to handle other responsibilities. So, yeah,
Mhm.
it's definitely been noticed.
Good.
Very good.
and if they would have a call at the school, that would be one officer with maybe one if available and almost two, and then this way you can have one just take care of it right then. And, obviously if you needed backup, that's one call away too, but
Mhm.
Yep.
is that true how that's been?
I've been luckily able to handle pretty much everything on my own, except for a couple things like ambulance calls and stuff that we've had at the gym. Then obviously another officer will come help me.
Sure.
Mhm.
But otherwise, yeah, I think we've handled it very well, where they backed me up when I needed. Sarge just came up and helped with some interviews and stuff, that we had to interview a couple people, so.
Sure.
No, very good.
What
Very
about,
good.
how have the hours been working for you? I know it's kind of a flexible schedule somewhat, or night games and that kind of thing.
I've been trying to consistently be there during the school hours that are set, so 7:45 to 3:45. Any games and stuff, I usually try to go to those extra and then just take comp, use comp or try to flex out when we do have days off
Okay.
from school. That way they're not really cut short, they're not always there during school hours. As far as the games and stuff go, I usually base it off of if I think there's gonna be a big crowd, or if the school, you know, chooses for me to be there, they'll usually ask me, and then I'll go ahead and make those plans to go and switch it up, so I'm not always only at the boys' games or only at girls' games or wrestling matches. I've been to pretty much all of them, so.
Mhm.
Go Bulldogs, right?
Yep.
What about the little kids? It just, you know, this obviously, or at least I'm assuming some of this is mostly middle school, high school. How's the elementary doing with?
There's some elementary stuff included in that.
Sure.
You're saying we'd be surprised that some of these were younger kids doing
Yes.
some of this?
I think you would be surprised. I think it's going well. I took over teaching in Power, so, we're
Which is
8
like
weeks
the,
into
the,
it.
the old DARE
The old
program,
DARE,
right?
yep.
Okay.
We're 8 weeks into it now, so, that's the other thing is there'll be an invite coming out to all you guys for, Empower graduation. So if you guys can make it, it'll be, April 24th. So I'd like to see as many people as we can, make it a big deal for those kids. It's not, it's something to actually appreciate them graduating from that. But I go down there as much as possible. When I'm
Sure.
not busy, I'll stop down there and walk around, sit in classes, you know, talk to the kids, so. I think they like to see me a lot more than the high schoolers like to see me, so.
Mhm.
Well, that was certainly one of the things, you know, obviously to put this program together took a lot of meetings and a lot of research, and that is one of the things that, in my opinion anyway, one of the things that I tried to strive for with this position was preventive, so that we're not seeing problems and issues 20 years from now, so that we can maybe take some of these problems and issues that happen in a younger age and steer that youth and those children into a positive way, and I think you'll make an impact with that, and I think you already are.
And the thing that surprised me with this is, I would say Ben, a majority of his stuff has been at the middle school level, and not so much dealing with the high schoolers, which surprised me personally, and I think a little bit of everybody. And that's kind of our hope, is we're dealing with this now. When we have the middle schoolers, by the time they get to high school, that rapport is gonna be there, and hopefully these numbers will go down.
Yep.
Very good.
And it's one of them things, you can't put a price on, you know, if you could even, you know, steer 1-2 kids away from making bad choices and bad decisions, you know, the program's a success. I mean, you could, and just gotta, every day, just keep at it, so.
Oh. Questions or comments?
Mr. Mayor?
Yes, sir.
Ben, I see that here, there are some, there's accidents and there's, tobacco and kind of identifiable things as an accident of tobacco issue. But there are also things on here that says, child welfare, and which are more intangible or, have more, are you comfortable in those things? Do you find yourself being able to navigate your part in that pretty readily?
I think so. We deal with that kind of stuff on the street as well. It just, we kind of get a little more of it, a little more insight on some things, so.
Farther into it, you mean the situation?
Yeah, more insight on maybe the families and stuff that we don't, we get a call, we go deal with it. At the school, I kind of get some background, kind of get maybe more involved sooner than later, so.
Because what Mike Commissioner Walner said, You know, I don't know that I necessarily think this is, if the numbers went up a year from now, or 2 years from now, or 3 years from now, I don't think that'd be bad. I think the numbers going up might be a good thing, because it means we're identifying more things and you're addressing more things. So numbers going down doesn't necessarily mean a good thing. But that being said, I think it has to do with what Mike said in my comment or my question, is those are the kinds of things, yeah, you know, accidents and those behavioral kinds of things, but those things where involved in child welfare or truancy and what's behind the truancy, if it's a repeated incident, you know, those are the kind of things where I think we start turning lives around and make it a quality institution at the school. So, thank you.
And some of the child welfare is, for example, a young kid was called in for not having a coat when it was very cold outside the elementary, so, and it wasn't even a school person, it was a younger kid, so some of those situations, maybe some child abuse stuff going on.
Sure.
That we investigate, so,
Thank you.
thanks.
Yeah, thanks for coming in.
Thanks
Very
a
good,
lot,
thank
guys.
you. Thank you. Under old business, 535, hearing upon application for the sale of alcoholic beverages, temporary alcohol license, Madison Fire Department. Randy, did you want to address this?
Yeah, it's that time of the year. I think this year would be our 43rd annual fireman stands. We got a schedule for April 11th. And we'd like to ask the commission's approval for the alcohol license. This year, as in the past, will be IBM carding. Nobody under 21 is allowed in the building. We invite our PD to do walkthroughs for us. We also do our special liability insurance, we get special policy.
Especially event.
So,
What was that last thing?
Special event coverage.
Oh, okay.
Especially that.
Thank you.
Okay, no, very good.
43rd.
4:30. Yes.
He wasn't at the first one.
No, I don't think so. Are you saying I was?
Okay. Other questions or comments?
Don't worry, David, I snuck in.
Do we have a motion?
I'll-
Move to approve the application for sale of alcoholic beverages for a temporary license for the Madison Fire Department.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Very good, thank you.
Thanks,
New
Randy.
business. Review and award bid number 834, Water Main Improvement Project 2015-2. Chad, would you like to address this?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. We opened bids on March 17th for the water main project this year. It's on southwest 4th Street from Egan to Union. There were 3 bidders on the project, ranging in bidding prices from $269,000 to about $326,000. The low bidders were close to the engineer's estimate of $275,000. Winter Brothers Underground was the low bid. We've worked with them before on a STP project. It was through the state, similar to the 4th Street Southeast project that we're doing this year, and we were satisfied with their efforts. And so I would recommend that we award the bid to Winter Brothers Underground for $269,000. The other thing I would like to point out is that, and this relates to Jen, I've talked to Jen about this included in the budget is $227,000 for this project. And so it would be over budget. The funds for this project come from the, what we refer to commonly as the Infrastructure Improvement Plan, the IIP, and so there's cash accumulated in that plan essentially, and if projects come in higher or lower than budget, those funds are either not utilized and kept in that cash reserve, so to speak, or taken out in this case, and then they affect future projects. So if this 42,000 over It will just lessen the amount of projects that are available by 42,000 in that 5-year plan.
Okay.
So
And-
I did want to point out that it is over what
It
was
is,
included
and
in
it
the
is
budget.
available. We do
It is
have
available.
Okay.
And maybe Jen, if you want to add anything about funding or anything?
Nope.
No. Unless you have questions, but no.
Question? Do we have a motion?
I would make a motion to award the bid for bid number 834, Water Main Improvement Project 2015-2 to Winter Brothers Underground of Sioux Falls, in the amount of $269,000.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. You have attached bills for approval.
Make a motion to approve the bills.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. You also have attached bills for ratification.
I'd make a motion to ratify the bills.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. You also have attached some personnel adjustments.
Make a motion, we approve personnel as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes,
I
sir.
need to abstain on this one.
Okay? Note that we have one abstention. Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign, and one abstention. Okay? Under announcements and other business, do we have a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We are now in executive session.